Best family, I'm back again with another topic. The topic today, guys, as you can see, is very educational. So stay seated, guys. Get your pen and paper, or sit down, or make your research as well, as I am, as you go through with me on this topic. So I'm going to talk about the Kizlar Agha. It's about the Ottoman Empire. Do you know what I mean? And I think the Ottoman Empire was the most important, and it plays a very, very important part when it comes to North Africa in general. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm going to have to talk about the Kizlar Agha, the role of the Kizlar Agha. If you don't know what the Kizlar Agha is, the Kizlar Agha was formerly the Agha of the House of Felicity, right? The House of Happiness. Do you know what I mean? It's Turkish word, and was the head of the eunuchs, right? Normally, the head of the eunuchs are normally guarded the imperial harem of the Ottoman sultans in Constantinople, right? So, listen listen, guys. This is shocking information. It might not be shocking to you, but you know what I mean. I think for some, for others, it might be shocking. So now the Kizlar Agha were basically a eunuch man, and was a black eunuch, normally a black eunuch, yeah. And this role was very important. You know what I mean? The eunuch normally guarded the harem, the imperial harem, the palace. The sultans, where a lot of harems stay there, and sultans got many harem, as you can know, and it's been closed by the end of the Ottoman Empire as well. The post came and occupied by black African eunuch slaves, right? And hence is also referred to as the chief black eunuch. You know what I mean? So don't all right. The history of this, guys, normally started, or was started, around the Kizlar Agha around 1500 or 1547 to 1597, and with the first of them was Habashi Muhammad. Habashi Muhammad Agha is the first person to take that position, or to hold that position as the black eunuch, the head of the black eunuch, and the eunuch, and basically guarding the harem, right? So when you know what harem is like. So if you don't know what harem is just it means women. You know what I mean? The women that they always in the sultan's house, or sultan's palace. They were always there. They're there for entertainment. And some of them, yeah, they'll be having a pretty, probably what they call it, the House of Felicity. The House of Felicity is the house of happiness, where the sultans want to have fun and things like that. It goes there. So, and the god of that place normally was the Agha, which is the black eunuchs, and some of them, most of them are black eunuchs anyway. Do you know what I mean? The chief black eunuch normally is always the chief black eunuch, but then that position, they probably, it started around the 1500 by Murad the Third. If you don't know Murad was the Sultan, or of the Ottoman Empire, was Murad the Third. He's the started this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And he started recruiting many of Agha's, chief black eunuchs, and those chief black eunuchs served. They even served in courts. You gotta understand that they served in courts. They served in the palace, and the gatekeeper of the Sultan, and the chief black eunuch also at that time was the only person that having access directly to the Sultan. He can go straight in to the Sultan's palace inside, and access to all of that. Apart from that, nobody else have that access. Not even the harem. You should understand that, yeah? Because as a eunuch, a castrated black man, you already know, guys. They say that the castrated black men at the time, they perceive to be very strong, because they don't have sexual desire, and that's why they're only, their job is solely there to serve. You know what I mean? They've got no desire or anything like that. If you don't know, also they had a eunuch test as well. Eunuch test, they do that eunuch test on you by you're standing, they're gonna make a line of black eunuchs sitting there, and they get a woman, a belly dancer, belly dancers, like as we see belly dancers today, guys. All of the belly dancers, it goes back way back to the Harem, or the Ottoman Empire. So these belly dancers, they start performing, some sexual dance on you. While you stood right there, you know what I'm saying? So then they're gonna, and then there's other guys. They're gonna watch you if you express any sexual desire or anything like that. Yeah, they say this guy is not being castrated properly, so they're gonna have to take you back or take you out. Do you understand? So by the by the 17, or by the 1574, by that time, or by the 1512, then I think that the number of the eunuchs rose up to 1,000 or more than that. There's many eunuchs. Then at that time, also the Ottoman Empire started recruiting, or getting more Circassian eunuchs as well. But those Circassians eunuchs, they call them Capi eunuchs, or Capi Agha. The Capi Agha is different than the Kizlar Agha, right? The Capi Agha mainly served at the gate. You know what I mean? They have no access to the Sultan's palace. Only the black chief eunuch, you know what I mean, is the one that having access to the Sultan's palace, and the only one that can, the Sultan also, I think, trusted him, right? So, also, another thing that you need to learn about, guys, today, yeah, I think you've learned something new, haven't you? I know that. I know you're gonna learn something new, because I bring you always the hot sauce, guys. This is very hot sauce. Listen, you know what I mean? Let me not divert from the subject. But then, yeah, they've said those eunuchs, they mainly brought them from Ethiopia, or they brought them from Nubia. So you got to understand that, guys. Nubia or Ethiopia, biblical Ethiopia, is not the modern Ethiopia. So don't get it wrong. The one that in the Bible is Sudan and southern Egypt today. That's the biblical Ethiopia. They recruited them from there. No, it's not recruited. It was wrong. And normally they're brought them by the Mamluk Beys. The Mamluk Beys, they're the one that brought these guys from there. Do you know what I mean? So those normally Habashi, yeah, and the word Habashi, which means black or blackamoor. You gotta understand that. As I explained as well, if you don't know about the word black or blackamoor, I explained it before in my previous video about the word Habashi or Habashi. Where does it come from? So this is a very important things, guys, you need to understand. And the Kizlar Agha took a very important positions in power, and has a very powerful position. But that position, they're not allowed to serve as a very only, you know what I mean, as guards, or the protector of harems or things like that. So they normally don't at that time, they don't serve till their death. They normally get retired by exiling them, or they go to they get back to Egypt or Ethiopia, which is Sudan and all this area. So they go back there. So many people, said that mainly the chief black eunuchs, normally from Habesha people or Nubian people. Why? Because they said they don't trust the Capi Agha, or the people that were actually not castrated, or the people that from around Turkey or Eastern Europe, because those people may take over. But when they have those black eunuchs to serve as guards and eunuchs and Agha, those people have no interest on, basically mediating or siding. You know what I mean? They don't side on any side or anything like that. They just normally work. They've got no feeling. They've got nothing like that. They're not going to side with any locals. Do you understand? Like, for example, like the Circassian. Yeah. So, guys, you should understand by now that that Kizlar Agha was a very important position in the Ottoman Empire, and that also ended by the end of the Ottoman Empire. And this is a great information for you. You've learned something new, yes? Let me know, guys. If you got any question, let me know about. You know the Kizlar Agha right now, guys. Right, bless, bless with family. Stay blessed, family. Bye.